Hello everyone, I've got another Hoover Aquajet to look at. I say another because I have another one like this. In fact, I've got two other Aquajets, one very like this one and the later model in a sort of a turquoise colour. But, well, even though I didn't need it, this cropped up on eBay, nobody wanted it, it got reduced, and then I offered the seller a bit less than he was wanting, and my offer was accepted. I sort of went for this because it looked from the photos to be in good condition, and it also, as you can see, has the original box. So this is model S4488. Let's open it up and see what I've bought. Let's hope it survived the journey. Right, well, might as well take off the shampoo tank with the siphon tube. Two aluminium wands, we'll open those in a minute. Oh, I wonder if that's had a replacement cable. Oh dear, didn't notice that. That looks like a replacement cable. Oh well. There's the cleaner. We've got two bags. They might be original, I'm not sure. The earlier bags were yellow. I've got some of those just off camera to show you. Then we've got the drag wand assembly. Quite dusty. It's possible that that part's unused, actually. Yeah, apart from the dust on it. Yeah, no, I think it has been connected to the wand. If you remember my first version of this, I had trouble getting it working. I think I did get it working in the end, but I think it was a problem with the internal shampoo hose that was kinked. It wasn't allowing the solution to flow properly. Yeah, that's the trigger. It's all going to need a good clean. The very later version had a much bigger trigger, I think. I don't know if it was underneath rather than this button on top. But you can use it like this, just as you want it, or you can lock it down so it's constantly spraying. Because yes, this does have a pump, unlike the Aquamaster. So that, yeah, it's certainly been used probably more for dry than wet. That's it's not too bad actually. Once that's taken apart, cleaned, polished up, yeah, it's not too bad. Then we've got the upholstery shampooing head. We've got the slide-on squeegee and brush for cleaning hard floors. That's the all-purpose nozzle for upholstery, stairs, curtains, etc. Crevice tool for your nooks and crannies. Dusting brush for your lampshades, bookshelves, etc. So here's the underside. Yep, all the casters are intact. Here's the top of the cleaner. You've got your on-off. They're quite hard to press with this splash-proof cover. That's your on-off for your motor. And then we've got, again, that's a bit odd as well. I think was my other one a bit dodgy? I'm sure I've had an electronic Hoover wet dry that was a little bit suspect. Might have been my Aquamaster electronic. Max, I see that doesn't move now. Right, well, we'll have a play with that when it's on, assuming it works, of course. Around the other side, we've got the pump switch, which will, if it works, illuminate. Yeah, I don't know. I think this may prove to have some problems. I don't know. Just a little feeling I've got in me waters. Right, let's have a look at the inside. Let me just check for rust. Yes, there is rust. It's definitely been used for wet and probably put away wet as well, because there's definitely rust on the motor nut. So that's the float valve that rises up as it fills with water to cut the suction off. Yeah, not so confident about this, and yucky. It's a bit manky. Yeah. Oh well, they've put a bag in it. How lovely of them. There is a fitted bag which we can just take out. It's, yeah, well, at least they've not sent me any dirt, so that's nice of them, isn't it? And we have a sort of turquoise colour. You see on there, that's the bag support tube. Just there, folks. And there's this turquoise colour clip that sort of holds the bag collar to the tube. A bit similar to Henry, although Henry doesn't have a clip, does it? No, you have to locate. You see that bottom, the straight bottom part here? That needs to be located into the straight. You won't be able to see, but anyway. Trust me, there's a straight bit at the bottom, so you locate that bit first, and then you pivot the bag forward, and then it's held into place by a clip at the top. Oh, I have a feeling this might smell, I don't know. Are you going to be a smelly Aquajet? Right. Here are some genuine Hoover bags that I found when I was sorting out part of my garage at the weekend. So these are suitable for many Hoover multi-purpose cleaners. The Aquamaster Module 900, Aquamaster, and of course all variants of Aqua Jet. Bag code H15. I've noticed that these are reusable bags. They're the type that you have to fold over and use the clip provided, so you can empty and reuse up to, I'd say, a maximum of 3 times, depending what you've been cleaning up. So I wonder if these are made in the UK. They're packed. Packed in the UK. That doesn't mean they're made in the UK, but that's what some genuine bags looks like. You can probably still get some genuine bags. Just check eBay if you want to use the genuine ones, but there are many other bags you can get. You can get non-genuine ones still for these machines, because on the whole they are pretty reliable, and I'm sure a lot of people are still using them. Right then, I'm going to switch on, make sure the pump's off though, switch on at the cleaner and plug in and see how this Aquajet sounds. Sounds good. But yes, there's something needs attending to here. I'll quickly turn the pump on. I can't remember whether the pump works without the suction motor on these. We'll soon find out. Yes, it does. The light came on. Not too bad. The switch is a bit dodgy. This is all going to come apart, but I think a bit of contact cleaner, it's probably gunked up or something. Spray it with contact cleaner. Yeah, sometimes it needs an extra press to keep it on. This is Hoover model S4488, 240 volts, 50 hertz, 1150 watts, 1250 watts max. It's BAB approved, British Electrotechnicals Approvals Board. It's got a splash proof symbol. It's also double insulated. The serial number is S4488 310000339. made by Hoover Limited, Great Britain. So S4488 followed by 3. So I would hazard a guess that this is from 1993. We know that the motor sounds okay and the pump seems to operate, so I'm going to fill the solution tank with some warm water and we'll make sure it's pumping it through as it should. But before then, we'll do the quick sealed suction test. I've had to fit an adapter to the end because this has the Hoover locking ring system, and it does tend to leak suction around the edges unless there's something actually, you know, attached inside. So I've got this little plastic adapter. So, right, as I always say, for reference, a modern pneumatic Henry measures 80 on this gauge. So let's see what this Hoover Aquajet measures. The suction gauge seemed to peak at around 74, so this big, powerful, high wattage Aquajet has less suction than a 620 watt pneumatic Henry, which surprises me. I mean, the suction feels good, and I always thought the Aquajet and Aquamaster had pretty good suction power. They certainly seem to dry the carpet better. Certainly the original Aquamaster, I think, was a step up from the original Vax as terms of suction power, convenience, noise level, etc. But yeah, it is surprising that this motor is efficient efficient. Well, it's time now. Everything seems to work. It's not bad. Fairly happy with it so far. I've half filled this with warm water and I've put a very small amount of concentrated disinfectant in it, just so, you know, it might help give the pipes a bit of a clean. Before we set it up for shampooing, we need to remove the dry filter, of course, and the dust bag, because if we have the dry filter in place, the float valve won't work, and if we leave the dust bag in place, it'll be a soggy mess at the end. So, a dry, empty tank. On goes the motor unit. Clip it closed. Then on goes the solution tank. It'll only go one way because, well, obviously this open part needs to be at the front, and you'll see at the back there's a little cutout to enable the cable to exit the machine without it getting trapped. Then we can take the solution tube, and we have to ensure that this part of the tube with the white filter cap on it goes into the tank. So you feed it in, and then this clips at the bottom like so. Then we've got this piece here, and there's a little arrow pointing upwards, so that plugs in to the connector just here. You see the two holes. There's another arrow on the top, so it's pointing the correct way. So line up the two arrows. There's two O-rings on that. They're intact. If it leaks there, then it will need new O-rings, which hopefully you'd be able to buy. Right, that's not going in. Are you not going to play ball? Oh dear. I don't know if there's anything, to see if I can see anything. There's nothing there stopping it. And I might have to just put a bit of washing up liquid around that, because it's very, very dry. I'll find something to lubricate my O-rings. I've just got a bit of hand soap. Don't really want to get it inside. I don't think it'll cause much trouble, but just try and lubricate the O-rings. Just get that excess hand soap off my hands. We'll try that again. Ah, that went in very easily. Let's make sure there's no excess on the outside. Yeah, that made a huge difference. Right, there we go. And then we've got this part of the solution tube that we need to fit onto this connector here. So it's a push and a twist motion. Okay, we're connected up. Now it's time to see if it works. This is the off position, so if the cleaner's been stored away in this position, it means that the solution hose might be kinked, which is going to restrict the flow of the solution. So I think that possibly was the problem with the previous version. So now I'm not having a nozzle on the end. When we turn the pump on, I'm hoping that after a few seconds, water will start gushing out of the end of this tube. Well, there was no problem with the flow of solution from this Aquajet, no prostate trouble for this particular machine as I had with the previous Aquajet. That took a bit of jiggery pokery to get the solution flowing, but yes, it seems to be flowing as it should. I'm going to try it out with the upholstery nozzle. Now the thing with these short solution tube that you can remove has a little fitting sort of moulded in and a tiny pin prick. So it does restrict somewhat the water flow. I always found it to. I never found it was putting out enough solution for me. There is a way around it. You can just cut that end off if you want to. I think it will still give you, hopefully it'll still give you enough. Yeah, it's possible if you cut too much. I don't know what, I'm sure I did something with it. I think I modified the Aquajet I had previously. Long before YouTube. This is not any of the Aquajets you've seen. But anyway, so I'm just going to connect the short tube directly to the tube here, and we'll take a look at the flow. We know that the upholstery washing head functions fine, so we'll just remove that and replace it with the main head. This earlier version just has a clear part here, and it's a bit skew-iff. It's okay, I've been able to twist it into shape. You can actually buy those on eBay, but they're quite expensive if you were to break that piece. And you do need that piece, otherwise it won't connect with the lock ring system. So we've got the 3 clips. In normal use they would be clipped to the aluminium ones, but just for the test we're just going to connect that solution tube up to the tube on the handle. And then here is the water jet. Let me just visually check that. It seems fine. Hopefully when I switch on it's going to spray the solution out, hopefully almost as wide as the head. As luck would have it, I've got quite a dirty doormat by my back door, so we may as well test out the Hoover Aquajet on that. I'm going to refill the tank with warm water and solution. I'm going to use Bissell solution mainly because that's the solution I've got to hand. I've been using my Bissell Big Green, which will outperform this many times over, I can assure you. But, you know, this is what we've got in the 90s for cleaning carpets. We didn't really have the upright type carpet washers. I can't remember when they came in. I do remember our first upright carpet washer that actually had rotating brushes was the Hoover Brush and Wash, based on the American Hoover design, the steam vac design, which still is a good design carpet washer. I still have my Vax Oasis Complete based on that design. There is an old video of that on my channel if you want to check it out. Okay then, let's pop some solution in and we'll give the Hoover Aquajet a proper test. Okie dokie, I've filled up the Aquajet's clean water tank with 5 litres of warm water and cleaning solution. Yes, because it takes around 5 litres of water. So whatever shampoo you use in the Aquajet or Aquamaster, because it'll be the same size container, just dilute it according to the instructions on the solution. But it has to be a low foaming solution designed for carpet washers, not one of these foaming solutions that you're supposed to rub in manually, wait to dry and then vacuum off. So it's got to be low foaming, whatever you use, because obviously for this vintage machine you can't buy the original stuff anymore. So I think we've got the dirty mat here. I'm just going to give a pre-treat, just a light spray over the surface with the pump only. We'll leave it 5 or 10 minutes and then we'll go over again using the pump and suction. The Hoover Aquajet has had a good stab at cleaning this mat, but it's still looking quite grubby, although I expect there's a lot of dirty water in the recovery tank. I don't think we're going to get spectacular results with this machine. There's no agitation, it's just a case of spraying on the solution and sucking it back up. We've had a bit of a pre-treat, gone over it a few times, it still looks quite grubby. So I'm going to try and concentrate the power by fitting the small washing head, and we'll go over the area again just to see if we can remove a bit more dirt. Wow, look at the difference this Hoover Aquajet has made to this mat. It's virtually dry and took next to no time to clean. Well, that would be an advert, but in reality, it took a long time to get it looking even this good, and it's still not perfect. I think you can see a darker area here. This was the dirtiest area that had the most mud on it. I mean, it looks a lot better, but yeah, even on my viewfinder, I can still see dirt. But yeah, I'm sweating. It took 5 litres of solution, back and forth, and then when the solution ran out, I went over countless times, this way, that way, every which way, to extract as much of the solution. I mean, it is cleaner than it's ever been since it was put down, but blimey O'Reilly, I can understand why people in the 90s were a bit slimmer than people nowadays, because they all had Hoover Aquajets and Aquamasters and Vax 121s, and they were shampooing their carpet. Oh, the most laborious way. Obviously now we've got upright carpet washers that have agitation, either a rotation like this or spin scrub brushes. It's no good just spraying on solution and then extracting it. It needs to be agitated. It needs to be brushed into the pile. In the old days, before any sort of carpet shampooer, people would use like a carpet soap or carpet shampoo and a scrubbing brush and a bucket, and they'd get down on their hands and knees and scrub at their carpet, which was very similar to what I've just been doing. But although I do now have a relatively clean and damp dry entrance mat, so the Aquajet did do its job, but by golly, it took some doing. Let's have a look at the dirty water to end the video, shall we? And then I think I need a shower and a lie down. Let's just remove the solution tube and the hose. We'll just take the tube off there, take the hose out. This cleaner is going to get a proper refurb, but it's not going to make any difference. This is performing how it would have performed basically out of the box. There's nothing wrong with it. The pump works, the motor works. Well, I'll just might as well put it down on the carpet. I'll have to go over the area of carpet. There's some damp patches anyway, but I don't know if we can quite see. There you go, you can see that now, look. So it has extracted an awful lot of dirty water. In fact, what I'm going to do actually, it was about 5 litres of solution I put down, so I'm going to pour this back into my 5 litre bucket and see how much water, dirty water, this Aquajet has extracted. The 5 litre line on this bucket is just about here, and that's where I filled the Aquajet clean water tank up to. Oh, right, well, where's the rest of the water? Well, when the foam settles, let's just have a look. I'd say it's left about a litre of water, so it's put down 5 and picked up 4. So there you go folks, the Hoover Aquajet Electronic, a machine that will shampoo carpets, wash floors, shampoo upholstery, stairs, car interiors, pick up spillages, and of course it can be used as a dry vacuum cleaner as well. Not bad for a 90s machine, but as far as shampooing carpets, it's very labour intensive and not as effective as a good upright carpet washer. I think if I was to use a modern pneumatic George, we probably would have got similar results on this carpet. Using the drag wand, it wouldn't have picked up very much, but using the concentrated upholstery nozzle, it would have picked up as well as this one. But possibly the pneumatic George might have done a better job with the small nozzle, because I do rate that for above floor cleaning, for doing stairs, for valeting cars, for cleaning your upholstery. The George is one of the better machines, probably better than this, but as far as carpet cleaning goes, I think it's more or less on a par with this Hoover Aquajet. If you have any comments or questions about the Hoover Aquajet, please comment below, and I'll see you all very soon for my next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Which you need for deep clean carpets. It's no good just spraying on the solution and sucking it off. No, that sounds wrong. Cut!